you personally handling the crunch of games ahead of the Cup and then eventually after the Cup, given that the schedule is so truncated, given that you guys are going out overseas this year?
Yeah. One game at a time, one practice at a time, one conversation at a time. Obviously, you do have to plan for these things, but right now our first priority is getting to Vegas safely, and then playing the Knicks on Saturday at 2:30. That's the priority, and as we move forward, we'll look at it, making sure our guys are recovering the right way, getting the rest that they need as we move forward.
You're playing the Knicks again. What do you make of that matchup, just recently facing them in New York and fourth time already?
No, I think it's great. I think it's a great opportunity to make some adjustments to the things that you saw during that game in both the wins and the losses, or the loss. So our ability to just see where we can adjust and do things better, the things that worked, and kind of double down on those.
Coach, your group earned a trip there. It wasn't given. How much pride does your group take in the fact that you were able to accomplish that goal?
Our guys, they take a ton of pride in that. We've talked about it at practice. We talked about it post-game. They've talked about it amongst each other. Just the resiliency, the focus level that they have in these Cup games, understanding and knowing the stakes at hand, and the things that the result on the back end of it, what you get, the reward from it. So I think our guys are really taking a lot of pride in that.
We're still just 25 games into the season as a whole, but how have these Cup games kind of helped focus this group to bring this group together, having some meaningful games to kind of help build some chemistry and camaraderie?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple coaches that have played in the Cup game before. Obviously Coach Joe has been there twice, so the ability that what it creates for our guys is, there's another a part of chemistry that is created by traveling together, being in Vegas together, having dinners together, being around each other even more so. And then you talk about the reward that you get from being in that game, that these guys all look at it, and they that's part of it. That's a big portion of it.
You guys have had success in the Cup before in group play and getting to the knockout round last year. How does that help? How did that help kind of bring the team? You didn't get to Vegas the last 2 years, but how did that help bring the team together to prepare for the journey ahead with about 60 games left?
Yeah, I think every experience that you go through, prepares you for whatever's next. Obviously playing New York, to beat East Question, playing them for the fourth time prepares you for the next game that you're going to play them. Being in the Cup scenarios last year prepares you for the heightened focus, the heightened detail, the attention to detail, all those things you look at, but you got to make sure you reflect on it the right way and take the things that you need to improve on and go from there.
Coach, you talked about this group's willingness to step up into any given role on any given night, no matter what's being asked of them. I think Desmond used the term selfless. I think you've used it too. How unique is that when you think about maybe other teams you've coached? Like, is that a really unique aspect to have so many selfless players on one team?
I mean, it is unique for us. But you talk about, Jeff and his group and who they bring in. You talk about the character first. And these guys with great character, guys that have a care factor, guys that want to see the man next to them succeed. And I think when you bring in guys like that, it's easy to define the roles of what's needed. So even when guys are in or guys are out, you can establish what those roles are, and guys accept it because they know it's about, the bottom line is that you're trying to find the best way to win and put the guys in a position to be successful.
How much do you think that your guys would like to show the basketball-loving world, who maybe you haven't seen as much of them as some other teams, what they've built here and what they can accomplish?
Yeah, our guys are so focused in on getting better every day, and our process of the way of doing things, that what others' opinions are of us, they're there. But I think we continue to try to focus on what we can control. And what we control is how we step on that court every single night. And some people will like it, some people won't. But I think our ability to just focus on us and our process of getting better every day, I think that's the one thing that our guys just, are going to stay true to.
Jalen said that winning the NBA Cup was a goal that was set. Maybe it was just him who said it. I don't know if you guys talk about it as a team. Do you talk about that as a team, winning the NBA Cup as a goal? And to get this far, to win the way from it, what does that do for the psyche of this team? These processes are working.
It does a lot for the group. You won't take anything away from it. It's our guys really they want to win. Their competitive edge, competitive nature, they have that about them. And so when you add the stakes and increase them a little bit more, there is that. And it's interesting you say that they want to win the cup, because I was just joking with Wendell the other day in the Milwaukee game, I believe it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, the Dame shot that knocks down the three that changes the trajectory of it in some ways. So I think guys remember that, and then they know they can continue to add, and now you have an opportunity to go get it that is definitely put out there within the group.
So do you feel that this team is still like in that underdog mentality, or do you feel like you guys are reaching like that next level of being the ones that are hunting?
I think we're going to continue to stay a level of underdog, that we always have something to prove to ourselves, and that are we following what we need to do in order to be great. I think that's always what this group has in that mentality. That's why you see they fight from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, that you're never going to be out of it.
What do you think of the neutral site aspect of this thing?
I think it's great. I think the league is continuing to do a great job of finding the right thing for not just the players, but for the fans and the engagement of them to be able to support what this cup is.
How much of an impact does Wendell have in the areas that don't show up really on the box score?
Josh, that's a great statement, because it's so true about him. And you can't measure what he does just from him when he walks in the building and how his energy provides energies to others. He's selfless, and to your point, he's selfless in what he does and how he goes about it. He guards the team's best big men. He's able to switch on some of the team's best guards and sit down and guard. How many possessions has he ended up in the end of games where he comes up with a big offensive rebound? And those are just small plays within a game that he changes it. But his impact is huge for this group all around.
What kind of physical toll does he absorb? He takes a pounding down there, correct?
Absolutely.
I didn't ask the question well. I was surprised. How much of a pounding does he take? And how much physicality does he get?
I say
receive and give
I
out?
think he gives out more than he gets. That's the way I like to look at it. That's why his presence is so powerful for us, because of when he gives that out, it sets the tone for who we are.
How is
He was coming into the season healthier than he had been.
Yeah.
How much of an impact has that been on this start to the year?
He had a full summer. I think that says a lot for him. Him being able to master his craft in the summer, knowing exactly what he's wanting to do, both mentally and physically. He's done a great job of that, and him having the healthy summer was a big portion of that.
How was the healthier team besides Bronze and Mo?
Guys are, everyone's beat up and banged up, early in the season, but I think guys are, bouncing back and playing through.
Yeah, there's been a theme of slow starts over the past couple of games, and then obviously you have the 15-0 start in Miami. You started AB instead of Tristan. What kind of went into that decision, and how fluid is the starting lineup going into these Cup games?
We're always going to look at different things, but I think consistency is very important, especially in these games, that guys can know, when they're coming in, when they're coming out, the combinations on the floor, especially with guys being out. We're going to look at different options, different situations, different times within the game, but that's just part of rotation.
Airplane.
We have to fly. We do got to catch a plane. Long flight.
How excited are you for your group to have earned the opportunity to go play the NBA Cup in Las Vegas?
Very excited. I think it's a good event that they've thrown on. I think every year has been really competitive. All the games have the Cup games, and then obviously we've gotten to watch the past couple years, the games in Vegas. But today I actually be there playing in it, have a chance to go win it. I was excited. I think we're all looking forward to the trip. All looking forward to the bonding, the time spent out there, so it'll be fun.
You're facing the Knicks again. Just what do you make of that matchup and facing them again? Similar to the Heat, seems like you're playing the Knicks or the Heat all the time now.
Nah, for real, like once a week it feels like. It'll be good. All our games have been competitive. They've all been really fun. We've had stretches where we've been up, they've been up, and we've come out on top of a couple, and obviously they have theirs. So it'll be fun. A good matchup. Again, they're playing good basketball, so a good challenge for us to keep growing. And that's kind of how I'm looking at the matchup. Nothing more than that. Going in, trying to perfect our craft, make it about our process, and become better throughout those real rep experiences that we're getting with the Knicks. So it'll be a fun matchup. I hope everybody tuned in.
About 25 games in the season, they're kind of playing these high-stake games. How do they kind of sharpen the focus and kind of bring you guys together, help the development team go on? We've seen that over the last 2 years. How does it kind of help this team kind of come together to these high stakes games?
I mean, iron sharpens iron, and we're getting a chance to, come out, play basketball, go through runs, get those real-time reps and experiences that we can take from and learn from. So I think they've been great, to be honest. Not only the Cup games, but we've had regular season games, to start this year off that have been really competitive. We've had to either claw back or hold wins, hold leads. So I love the process that we're on right now. I think we're taking all the right steps, making all the right moves, and yeah, I was excited to see how it all comes together. But Vegas will be fun. That's all we're focused on right now.
Do you feel like the last 2 years kind of help this group kind of focus and clarify what you can do in the playoffs later in the year, or is it just, or you're kind of looking back and feel like those were big moments for this team in the development?
I don't know. To talk about the playoffs, I mean, I think everything is a culmination of getting yourself ready for your playoff series when it gets to that point in the year. But I mean, for right now, these Cup games are their own. These early season games are their own. But they've been fun. Like I said, we get ready to play the Cup. We know that there's something bigger on the line. And kind of subconsciously it helps you get in that mindset of preparing, of readiness, of being super detail-oriented. And especially we're playing a team that we've seen a couple times already. So, it kind of stems into that playoff series of where you're playing multiple times over the course of a short time period. But it'll be good. It'll be fun. But like I said, we're focused on, these next 2 games, one at a time.
What do you think it will be like to play in a neutral site for a game that matters, not a preseason game?
It'll be fun. Hopefully it's a lot of Magic in there. Hopefully it's a lot of Orlando Magic fans showing up, showing out, and bringing some energy. We know the Knicks travel well, so that is what it is. But I think the neutral site will be love. It'll be fun to be in Vegas, be in a different environment, and kind of just immerse ourselves there. So I think we're all looking forward to the game, the trip in general.
Whatever you tweaked on Sunday in New York, how much did that make? Did you have to gut through Tuesday night's game?
That's what the NBA is. There's no shortening the season. The games are what they are. So you got to play through some fatigue, some soreness, some pain. And that's all it was. Came out, find a way to get a win, find a way to be impactful. That's really all I was focused on. So,
How do you like the team's mindset, the approach going into these Cup games? I mean, you guys kind of left no doubt in the group stage, showed how serious you were, and then your ability to come back against the Heat. What is it about this team? What is it about this moment that you guys was driving you to prove something?
We just competitive group, I think. We had our minds made up that we wanted to go get this Cup early in the year. This was one of our goals, and all we're on is a journey to accomplish and scratching that off our list. So I think it's been great how everyone's been locked in. I think we withstood runs really well. We've had a certain level of intensity coming out into the Cup games. Even though it was a slow start against Miami, you could see the intensity there, the detail there. We came out and executed and fought our way back to a win. So I'm just proud of where everybody's at just in general this year. Mentally, through all the travel, all the fatigue, all the wear and tear on the body, I think everybody's doing a great job staying locked in and continue to see the bigger picture. So.
Jaylen, depending on the results on Saturday, this could kick off a pretty long road trip for you guys. How do you prepare yourself physically, mentally for that long road trip?
Say a good goodbye to the house, enjoy my furniture, enjoy the space a little longer yesterday. Nice off day to do so. But it'll be fun. I got some family coming out to Vegas, which is nice. Kind of cushion that blow of being away. And then the West Coast trip, it's just business. It's part of what comes with playing in this league. You got them, and it's tough that we have it, after Vegas and are gone for so long. But knowing that all we got to do is get through this stretch. We come back home, we get to enjoy Christmas Eve, get to enjoy Christmas, and then have a couple games back at home. It's kind of what you look forward to, kind of get you through some of those tough days over there. So I think we'll be locked in, though. We'll be fine. Vegas will be a good little destination. We can stop and sit for a little bit, and then, like I said, we'll go tackle the West Coast when we get to that.
For fans nationally, they might not have seen that much of the Magic, certainly not as much as they've seen of the Thunder or the Spurs or the Knicks. How much do you want to show the country and the rest of the world what you guys have going here or have built here?
I mean, obviously, you'd love for the acknowledgement, and appreciation for what you do, especially from, people who are fans of the game, who watch hoop. But for the most part, we worried about, the opinions of what goes on here in the locker room, what goes on here in the building. That'll come with time. you can't really trip off that too much. It's other people's, what they choose to watch. We haven't had many TV games, so you can't really blame them. But we're just going out to hoop and going out to prove to ourselves and accomplish the goals that we set, as a group. And that's all that it comes down to. I don't think that other stuff plays a factor.
Hey, Jalen, after the game, Coach Mose basically saying that you're the Iron Man of this team, battling through all the injuries and still playing. Do you take pride in that and being that Iron Man for the squad?
Being compared to Tony Stark is pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Iron Man, I don't know. I just like to play basketball and I like to be present for my team. And again, like I said, the NBA is a rigorous schedule, man. It tests you physically, it tests you mentally, and tests you spiritually. And all I do, try to prepare myself each and every night to come out, play a game. Both that honors my teammates and the work that we've been doing, and honors God and the talents that He's given me. So I appreciate those words. They're definitely taken with love, but I'm really just trying to go out and do my part, man.
Jalen, your group is feisty, tenacious defensively. When you play a team multiple times in a short stretch, like you have with the Heat, you will with the Knicks, do you feel your group's ability to get under another team's skin?
Yeah, I think that's present in every game, no matter who's playing. You always see a team that has the edge in terms of the mindset battle. Part of it's physical, part of it's mental, part of it's just staying locked in, through stretches of the game and not wavering too much. So, like I said, I don't think we know villains. I don't think we're taking on none of that standpoint. But like, all that stuff is just a part of the game. The game is emotional. The game is physical. And I think to be great, to be elite, you have to embrace those sides as well. And obviously, maybe our moments have been a little louder than others, but that's why I love us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love the people we have in this building. Because by any means, we're going out there fighting and then, enjoying each other's presence, after whatever goes on, right, wrong, or indifferent.
What kind of challenges does Jalen Brunson present offensively? You guys are very familiar with him now.
He's a good player. Obviously, he's a great player in the league, all-NBA player. So trying to do our part to make it hard on him, make sure they don't get no free looks, no easy baskets, don't send them to the line too much, all the normal things that every team in the league is talking about in terms of scouting reports. So it takes intentionality to come out and guard, and be elite on that end, and that's what we'll do.
At Gonzaga, did you have any games in Vegas, like maybe a tournament game? Or
we had our conference tournament in Vegas, and we won it. So I got a pretty good track record out there. A lot of high school games played over at Bishop Gorman. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there.
Was the conference tournament at T-Mobile Arena or at the Summer League place?
No, it wasn't that either. It was at, I can't remember where it was at. Different.
Orleans?
Yeah, the Orleans. Yes, sir.
Everybody good?
Yeah, thank you.